Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about software engineering definition. Software engineering is concerned with theories and methods and tools for professional software development. Now, what is the difference between software engineering and system engineering? This question is very important in exam point of view. The software engineering helps to study and know some methods, diagrams and all to know how to develop a good software, and system engineering is involved with the system specification, system architecture and etc. This is the basic difference between software engineering and system engineering. What is a software process? A set of activities whose goal is to develop or evaluate the software is known as the software process. In generic activities of all software process, firstly specification. Specification means what we want to do with the software, means what the functionality is known as the specification. Now the development section. 2. Production of the software is known as the development section. Validation means check the software is okay or not is in the validation part. And lastly, evolution is to change the software in response to changing of demand. If the demand changes, the software needs to be changed. So those need known as evolution. What is a software process model? A simplified response of software process and presented form of a specific perspective. Here, the example of process perspectives are workflow perspective, data flow perspective, role and action perspective. Workflow means the sequence of activities. Data flow is the information flow, and roles and actions are who does what is known as the action perspectives. In generic process model, we have waterfall model, interactive development, and component-based software engineering. This generic process model is also very important from the exam point of view. Here we have what are the cost of software engineering. Here roughly 60% of cost are the development cost and 40% are the testing cost. For customer software's evolution and cost often exceeded the development cost. Cost vary from depending different types of being developed software requirements and attributes such as performance and software reliabilities. Distribution of cost depends on the development model of the cost. What are software engineering methods? Here we discussed about some methods of software engineering. First we have the models. Description of graphical models which should be produced is known as the model description. Now rules. Constraints applied to the system model are known as the rules. Recommendations are advice on good design and practice. Process and guidance, what activities is to follow. Those are the methods of software engineering. What is case or computer aided software engineering? In case, systems are often used for method support. Here we have the uppercase and lowercase. Tools to support the early process activities of requirement and design are known as the uppercase, and tools supported the later activities such as programming and debugging testing are known as the lowercase activities. Here we also have some terms like as heterogeneity, delivery and trust. Delivery is to developing the techniques and that leads to the first delivery of the software. Trust in the developing technique that demonstrate that the software is trusted by its users. And heterogeneity is developing a technique for building a software that can cope up with the heterogeneous platforms and executable environments. Professional and ethical responsibilities. If a company makes a software, it needs to be ethical for the users. If the software stole the data of the users, this software is not ethical and this behavior is also not very professional. So, professional and ethical responsibilities are very important. Issues of professional responsibilities. Here are two components like as confidentiality and competency. Confidentiality means the software works properly, that the users deals with the owner of the software matches all the requirements properly, is known as the confidentiality. And competence means that engineers should not misinterpret their levels of competence. Now, intellectual property rights and the computer misuse. The intellectual property rights means engineers should be aware of local laws and governing the uses of intellectual properties such as patents and copyrights, etc. And computer misuse means software engineers should not use their technical skills to misuse the people's computer. That's for today. Thank you.